So shown below is a 3D model of a tray used to organize seeds. Also shown is the incomplete plan of a similar tray. Complete the plan of the tray by adding the dividing sections. Do this by, let's tell you exactly what you have to actually do in this one here. Divide the line AB into a ratio of 4:3:2. So the line AB. So remember with ratios, we have to add them 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're going to have to divide that line AB into 9 equal parts. And this is the 4, this is the 2, and this is the 3. So this. And finally then divide the line BC into 3 equal parts. So this here into 3 equal sections. So we'll do that one first. Maybe we'll draw a line off C or off B. It doesn't really matter. We get our compass. Now I'll draw it on just a little bit heavier just so you can see it, but keep all these construction lines nice and light. Then you're going to get your compass, and you can set your compass to any distance you want, and you're going to mark off. So set it out any distance you want, and you're going to mark off what the metal part at C, mark off 1, 2, 3 equal spaces. Everything beyond the third one, just forget about that there. 1, 2, 3. Now it's the line CB that we're bisecting, so that's what we obviously join the third one back to. And then these two then are going to go using our sliding set squares. All right, so using our sliding set squares, you're going to draw these lines then parallel. And now we've divided that line BC into 3 equal parts. We can simply then use our T-square, draw that line heavy straight across there. And that has given us these 3 lines across here. Next then it tells us to divide it into a ratio. Now, we're going to draw a line off A, any length, any angle. Because it's 9, because we're dividing this into 9, we want to have the compass slightly smaller because there's going to be a lot more sections in it. So we're putting the metal part at A again. Swing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Remember, everything beyond the 9, we forget about that. And because it's the line AB, we join the 9th one back to B. Using our sliding set squares then, we can slide these. Now, we know here 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, so the 4th one is important. So we could just do that one there, and then 2 more on top of that, because that's going to give us the 3, the ratio of 4 is to 2 is to 3. And again, then we can use our T-square and our set square together. Draw our lines straight up like that. So remember, we mark off 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The 9th one joins back to B. We'll go parallel. And if we go to the 4th one, and then we skip 2, that'll give us the 2 for the middle. So the image shows a flower design based on concentric circles. So remember, concentric circles are circles that all have the same center. And arcs. Draw the circle, given the circle A below, complete the drawing by locating the center of A. So what we're going to have to do is draw 2 chords anywhere at all. Now I'd avoid trying to go through the middle. Have them well out from the side. Call these A, B, and C. And we're going to bisect these 2. So putting the metal part at A, measuring any distance longer than halfway, swinging an arc, and then moving the metal part up to B, swing an arc here and swing an arc here. And along this bisector, the center is going to be along that bisector. Try and keep this all nice and light because you just really want this pattern in the center at the end. So again, get your compass, put it in the metal part at C, swing an arc above and below the line. And then move the metal part over to B, and again, an arc above and below the line. I'm going to have all this in to show the corrector, okay? Now, where this bisector cuts this bisector, this is the center here of this. All right, so where that bisector coming straight out from here and this bisector coming straight in from here, the two of those cross, that's the center. Now next we have to divide it into 12 equal parts. And at this stage we should know we just get our 30/60. Again, keeping this all nice and light. Okay, now I'll draw it in kind of a little bit heavier, just so you can see it. Now, so there's divided into 12 equal parts. So next, if we look at the question, you can see here there's a radius 35 circle inside here. So you're going to get your compass, put the metal part to 0, measure over to 35. Put the metal part back in the center. And you're going to draw that inner circle. Now, we can see here, if we take this here, you can see this point here. So it's out. It's this point here. If we measure to this point here, which is here, and we draw that arc around, that's going to give us this arc. So put the metal part here, measure out to here, and we're going to draw that around like that. We draw this in nice and heavy. Now, if you've done it better than, if you've done it differently to me, these light lines should be kind of blending into the background, and this should just be really the heavy part. So we can see then, we just have to move it now down to here. I'm going to draw. Then we're going to move it up here, sorry. I'm going to move it up to here. I'm going to swing an arc. Then we're going to move it down to here. See the design starting to take shape. Then we can move it down to here. I'm sorry, so we move down to here. It's nice and heavy. Now, so that's the design of the flower in the middle. We've also got, look at, we've got this point here, which is here. And we're told we have to measure into here to get the radius. So we get this point here, measure into here now. And draw that arc right nice like that. Where does the next one going to be? It's going to be here. All right. The next one will be down here. Continue around. You may have to adjust your measurement just slightly, just to get them all to fit in. Now, so it's here. here, 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 and here were all the centers for these arcs here. Now, it tells you then color or shade. Now, some of you are going to just use a pencil. I'm going to shade in half of this with a pencil and half of it with colors. Now, I wouldn't spend an awful lot of time. I just put a little bit of maybe this is a lighter shade. And then we'll do it then with color, and you can tell me then what you think looks best. As I said, I wouldn't spend an awful lot of time with this. Any bit of shading, any bit of color at all in it. And that's it done.